carrying an effective pre-stressing force of effective pre-stressing force of 250 kilonewtons located at an eccentricity of 40 mm located at an eccentricity of 40 mm. The beam supports a live load of the beam supports a live load of 1.2 kilonewton per meter. So now calculate the resultant stress distribution for the central cross section of the beam. What is that one? Take rho is equal to 24 kilonewton per meter cube. Find the magnitude of the pre-stressing force with an eccentricity of 40 mm, which can balance the stresses due to dead load and live load. Due to dead load and live load, at the bottom fiber. At the bottom fiber of the central cross section of the beam. So you can see this problem. This is similar to our previous class only. So what they have given in the given data, you can note down once again. If you have noted down the problem, then I can go further.
Completed, sir.
No, that's okay. No, some people, they are still joining right now. I'm waiting for them. Anyway, so if this is your concrete beam, this is the neutral axis. So the B and D are given. This is 100. This is 250. Now initially, what you need to do, the pre-stressing is located at an eccentricity of 40 mm. So they are doing with an eccentricity of 40 mm below the neutral axis, like this. So E is equal to 40 mm. Now, when this E is equal to 40 mm, the next thing is the span is given, which is 8 meters. Live load is given 1.2 kilonewton per meter. So first of all, calculate the cross-sectional area. A is equal to 50 into 100. So in terms of mm square, you will get it 25 into 10 cube mm square. That is the cross-sectional area. Moment of inertia, I is equal to BD cube by 12. So B is 2, that is 100. B is 100. into 250 cube by 12. So you will get moment of inertia I BD cube by 12. So what is the value of I here?
130.20 into 10 power of 6.
130.20.
10 power 6, 7 power 4.
Mm power 4. So right now, due to the space constraint, I am deleting all this data. So A is equal to 25 into 10 cube mm square. I is equal to 130.2 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. Pre-stressing force, the given data in the pre-stressing force is given as 250 kilonewtons. Eccentricity E is given as 40 mm. Now here WL live load is given, which is 1.2 or 1.5.
1.2, sir.
W live load is equal to 1.2. We need to calculate first the dead load is to be calculated. So dead load is nothing but area into density, or otherwise here area is nothing but 0.25 into 0.1 B into D. In terms of meters I am writing, into 24 is the density of the concrete that is given. So how much this value?
0.6.
Kilonewton per meter. So W dead load is equal to 0.6 kilonewton per meter. Total load is equal to WD plus WL. So write down this one as you will get it as 1.8 kilonewton per meter. So live load is equal to that is total load is 1.8 kilonewton per meter. So they are asking, just see the question, they are asking the find the resultant stresses at the central cross section. At central cross section, that is your beam is like this is your beam. A UDL is acting like this. So central cross section is, this is the central cross section, span L is equal to 8 meters. So coming to the central cross section, so that is at the center they are asking. At the central cross section, moment M is equal to WL square by 8. How much the value? Is it right?
Sir.
So moment M is equal to 14.4 kilonewton meter. 14.4 kilonewton meter is the moment. Now, after calculating the moment, now we need to calculate here what is the thing they are asking. Calculate the resultant stress distribution for the central cross section of the beam. So we need to calculate the resultant stresses. To calculate that one, what I will do is I have drawn the diagrams, but instead of that I will write step by step. So first step is in this one, that is we will calculate the normal stress. Write down the normal stress due to pre-stressing force. So which is normal stress due to pre-stressing force? What is that one? Plus P by A formula. So we use it to draw in the diagram, but I am just explaining as the space is not there near the diagram. So first of all, initially I will calculate these values, then I will substitute and I will get the diagram there. So plus P by A, so plus into what is the pre-stressing force? 250 into 10 cube by cross sectional area is 250 into 100. So plus, what is that value?
10.
Don't forget this is plus 10 Newton per mm, which is nothing but compression. So normal stress due to pre-stressing, that is compression. So coming to this next step is, after normal stress we need to calculate bending stress due to pre-stressing. Bending stress due to pre-stressing. So in the bending stress due to pre-stressing, this is, so in the bending stress, now observe this one is located at an eccentricity of 40 mm. So when it is located at an eccentricity of 40 mm, that is nothing but, here this is a cross section of the beam. So this is our neutral axis. So below the neutral axis, this is 40 mm. Actually, it is not given in the question properly whether it is above the neutral axis or below the neutral axis. Now I am taking it as below the neutral axis. Located at an eccentricity of 40 mm, it is given, but it is mentioned whether it is above the neutral axis or below the neutral axis. But in general, it is related to below the neutral axis only. So when the pre-stressing is acting below the neutral axis, the bending stress will be positive below, negative at the top. So you have to write down negative at the top, positive at the bottom, P into E into Y by I. Why I am writing both the symbols here, it is, this is negative is representation for the top fiber, positive is representation for bottom fiber. So this is plus P into E into Y by I. So you know the values, substitute that one, plus minus or plus. So minus or plus, so this is P is 250 into 10 cube. Write all the values in terms of Newton per mm square only. So 250 into 10 cube into eccentricity is given as 40 mm into Y is nothing but from the neutral axis to the, in the formula also, Rankine's formula, we know that one, from the neutral axis to the extreme top fiber. So this is from
125.
This is 400, that is about 250. It is given as 250 by 2 by moment of inertia. 130.2 into 10 power 6. Minus or plus, what is that value?
9.6.
9.66 Newton per mm square.
9.6
9.60.
9.6.
Newton per mm square. So that is the value of bending stress due to pre-stressing. Now the third one, bending stress due to loading. Bending stress due to loading, when I am writing bending stress due to loading, you have observed the top fiber is positive, bottom fiber is negative. Why top fiber is positive here? When the beam is bending, we have already seen the stress distribution. So this is like this. This is positive, this is negative, which is m by I into y. This is also m by I into y. So that's why plus m by I into y. Plus or minus, what is the value of m here? How much you got? 14.4 into 10 power 6 Newton mm into 250 by 2 by 130.2 into 10 power 6. What is that value?
13.82.
13.83. Is it correct?
Yes.
Are you people following or not?
13.8.
Then what is the value? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, now go for resultant stresses. So I'm erasing these values. I'm going for resultant stresses. Now keep citing resultant stresses. So resultant stresses at top fiber. So resultant stresses at top fiber. Is equal to plus P by A. I am writing for top fiber plus P by A minus P into E into Y by I plus M by I into Y. So plus P by A value, you already know that one plus 10 minus this is 9.6 plus 13.83. Is it right?
Yes. 14.23.
14.23.
14.23
14.23.
don't forget plus 14.23 Newton per mm square. Now coming to the result, this is at bottom fiber. So you can write down this one as sigma T, stress at top fiber. So at bottom fiber, sigma B is equal to plus P by A plus P into E into Y by I minus M by I into Y. So this is plus 10
5.77.
plus 9.6 minus 13.83
5.77.
7.
plus 5 point 5 point
77.
777.
5.77 Newton per mm square. So after drawing this, first of all, we have to draw the stress distribution. So these values are obtained. Now draw the stress distribution. So to draw the stress distribution, first of all, draw the cross section of the beam. So this is 100 mm. This is 250 mm. So the neutral axis is here. Just draw two parallel lines here. Okay, they are not parallel. Now the first one is here. This is cross section of the beam. So the first one is write down, change the color. So first one, this is normal stress due to pre-stressing, and the value is, you already got it as plus 10 Newton per mm square, which is P by A, normal stress due to pre-stressing. Then another one is bending stress due to pre-stressing. So this bending stress is, top fiber is positive, bottom fiber is negative. So this is plus, this is negative, this is value is, we got the value as minus 9.6 Newton per mm square. This is plus P into E into Y by I. Then the next one is, after this we are having bending stress due to loading. So this bending stress due to loading is like this, which is negative, which is positive, which is the value is, we are written it as 13.83 I think. So I will write down the same thing, plus 13.83 Newton per mm square. So this is minus m by I into y. So if you draw the resultant stress distribution, what you got, what is the value you got here? Top fiber, the stresses, what are the stresses at top fiber? 14.23 I think. So this is 14.23 Newton per mm square, and the value is positive. What is the next value? Bottom fiber,
5.77.
what is the bottom? How much?
5.77.
Right, 5.77. So this will be 5.77 positive. Remember that one. This is, you should say plus 5.77. Why? Because positive is compression, negative is tension. So this is like this. So this is entire one is positive. So at the top fiber sigma T as well as sigma B, after writing the values in the brackets, you write down it as compression for your reference. This is also compression for your reference. So this is plus 14.23 plus 5.77 Newton per mm square, which are positive. Now in this, what is the second bit they are asking? In the second bit, they are asking that calculate, if you see the second bit, so the first bit is completed, calculation of the resultant stresses is completed, but the second bit is find the magnitude of the pre-stressing force with an eccentricity of 40 mm. So just this is very, very important here. What they are asking, calculate the pre-stressing, that means you need to calculate the magnitude of the pre-stressing force. Now P is equal to not 250 kilonewtons. So this is corresponding to this stresses, first bit. Now what they are asking is, find the magnitude of the pre-stressing force with an eccentricity of 40 mm. 40 mm, that means eccentricity is the same, cross-sectional dimensions are the same, loading is the same, which can balance the stresses due to dead and live loads at the bottom fiber of the central section of the beam. What does it mean? What does it mean is, it is meaning that here you got a compressive stress of plus 5.77 Newton per mm square. But what is the formula at the bottom fiber we are using? Plus P by A plus P into E into Y by I minus M by I into Y. So what does it mean is here, the dead load and live loads are to be balanced with the pre-stressing forces. So that means here balancing is nothing but P by A plus P into E into Y by I. Here eccentricity is existing. You have to balance it to M by I is equal to Y. So in such a way, calculate the pre-stressing force. They are asking. That means here you are getting a value of plus 5.77. If slightly this value is higher, then that means I should make it to summation is equal to 0. Instead of asking to balance, they can also ask, calculate the pre-stressing force in such a way that the bottom fiber stresses are equal to 0. They can also ask like this. So in such a way, we need to calculate the pre-stressing force. So now write down, to balance the stresses due to dead and live load, to balance the stresses due to dead and live loads, the stresses due to pre-stressing force, the stresses due to pre-stressing force with an eccentricity of 40 mm, the stresses due to pre-stressing force with an eccentricity of 40 mm should be considered as plus P by A plus P into E into Y by I is equal to m by I into y. So I don't know the value of P, keep it like that only. So P by cross-sectional area is 250 into 100 plus P is unknown, eccentricity is 40 mm, y is 250 by 2, moment of inertia is 130.2 into 10 power 6, moment is 14.4 into 10 power 6 by 130.2 into 10 power 6 into, what is the value of y? 250 by 2. So in such a way, what is the value of P in terms of kilonewtons? Tell me the value.
One 176.33 into 10 to the power of 3.
I am asking in kilonewtons. You are telling in newtons. So by 1000, 176.321.
321.
So whatever it is, you write down. So 176.3 kilonewtons